Hello everybody and welcome to coverage of Moto3 here on JB Motorsports for the 2023 season. Now how this is going to work is that we're going to commentate on the whole Grand Prix for you, and then you can sync up when the lights go out with our commentary and watch the race together as well. We will have some races live this year across Moto3 and Moto2, but because they usually happen when a Formula 2 or Formula 1 race is happening or something else we cover, we've sort of made this highlights reel go forward. Without further ado then, let's get into it and take a look at what happened in round one. So we're about to get underway then for MotoGP's third class in 2023. The Moto3 World Championship, a whole new era for the younger generation, is coming now. And this is how they line up on the grid for round one of 2023. Ramon Sasaki on pole position. Jose Antonio Ruda is second. Joe Kelso in P3. Daniel Holgado is fourth on second row alongside Ivan Gortola. And David Alonso is sixth on the grid. Moving down onto rows 3 and 4, Javier Artegas, Dennis Oncha, Juan Masia, Stefano Neppa, Kaito Toba and Riccardo Rossi. Further down on the grid as well, David Munoz in 13th, Colin Verna is in 14th position as well, then Tatsuki Suzuki down in 15th position, Diego Monrella 16th, Yakanama 17th, Salvador in 18th position as well. 19th on the grid for Matteo Bertelli as well, then it's Scott Ogden 20th, Filippo Fario as well is 21st, Mai Aji is 22nd, Asman 23rd, Joshua Whiteley is 24th on the grid. 25th for Roman Fanati, 26th for Taito Fiorazzo, Anna Carasso, she's 27th, and Lamento Felon down in 28th position. Away we go then on the parade lap here around the Algarve International Circuit. 19 laps ahead of us, track temperature 26 degrees, air temperature 20 degrees, 13 mile per hour wind speed. It's a 70 km/h lap as well. A lot of fun. Oh, and the 53 has failed to get going. And it's not going to start this race. Unbelievable drama out there for Deniz Öncü. The young Turkish rider has stopped. He's had to run back in. He'll start this race from the pit lane as they're already at turn 5 at Torrey Vip. And then we'll get ready. The start procedure is next.
Championship. Dennis has been a slightly lacklustre in testing, not quite there. Did manage to get up on the third row of the grid in the end after qualifying, but it's not been an easy pre-season, so we expect Dennis Öncü to be fighting for race victories this weekend. And now he's starting from pit lane. It's not impossible to get all the way to the front, but it's going to be a tough one for him today.
As Jack Miller stated the obvious yesterday, well, testing's testing and racing's racing. Yes, it is, but you can't read too much into everything that's happened, you know. There have been people who've been fast in testing, haven't produced so far. There have been people like Sasaki, actually, who was fairly steady in testing, but always knew that when it came down to the race, he and his team felt confident. What I was going to say, Michael, without the warm-up this morning, Taylor, your team boss, mentioned it down there, the wind and how you gear the bike. That is going to be a real consideration for this one, especially with the slipstream effect too. Yeah, in Moto3 the gearing is getting it bang on is paramount, and morning warm-up is always the final decision is made then, because wind changes it so much. You typically set up to punch off the corners now, and then you may touch the limiter when you get a good draft, so you need to be able to fight in Moto3, make those overtakes, park the bike and not lose too much in acceleration. So there may be a few taking a little bit of a punt on gearing in the race, taking a risk, and it may pay off for them. It may go the wrong way. So this is a step into the unknown for the teams, starting straight into the race from obviously not having ridden these bikes since last night. It's a fool's errand to predict a winner in this one. I'm going to ask you anyway, not calling you a fool or anything, because you are the most intelligent of our whole crew here, Michael. But which way would you be looking in this race? The man in shot, Ayumu Sasaki, looking at his race rhythm, watching him ride with confidence in Jerez, so much so that I think he had a few tip-offs because he was just so confident.
They line up on the grid then. Sasaki will be on pole position. He'll have the left-hand side of the grid. Right in the middle will be Ruda. On the right-hand side will be Joel Kelso as well. The red lights will be on for a fraction of a second. Dennis Onchu will start from the pit lane. It's round 1 of 2023 for Moto3. We're under starters' orders. Lights out, race on, great start from Kelso, bad start from the middle of the grid from Ruda. Kelso leads into turn 1, Sasaki drops into second position, Ruda's dropped down massively into the first corner. Are we going to see any fallers from the 28 that start? No, Onchu's left the pit lane, so he has got going again. Into turn number 3 we come then as well. Dennis Onchu actually cutting the pit lane exit line, not joining through T1 and T2 at the cut-off point like you're supposed to. He might get a penalty for that. But a lead already of half a second for Joel Kelso as Daniel Hologado looking on the inside of Sasaki, not making out. Sasaki having a bit of understeer, and Hologado on the inside in turn 5 takes second position, a sweet move. David Alonso is down into 7th position as well. Ruda's dropped down to 5th position after starting second. Brilliant start from Kelso, brilliant start from Hologado, and that is Lorenzo Fallon in the chip green power bike, and the number 20 not starting, he's still on the grid. He has gone back into the pit lane. He is already out of the race. So, 1 retirement already. 27 left in the race. Is on the inside. Kaito Toba looking for a move. David Munoz is there as well, as long with Juan Macia also looking involved. That's Javier Artegas with Ruda coming in too. And Artegas looking on the inside and making a move on David Alonso. Alonso down to 7th position now. He did get ahead of Ruda briefly, but it's changed positions. Alonso now back ahead on the inside line coming into turn 13. Fabulous couple of corners. Oh, we've got another accident down as well. Scott Ogden has crashed for the number 19 as well. And that's down at turn 4. So that's at after Lagos. It's uphill. Fallon did not start. We've just been told via race control. Lap 1 complete then in 2023. And Kelso's advantage is now just 0.1 of a second as we head down towards turn number 1 at the Primera corner. Hologado thinking about a move on the inside line. Hasn't worked out that way. Sasaki holding on for 3rd position. Artegas in 4th. David Monrella up into 10th position, up 6 places. Ruda down to 8th. He's lost 6th place at the start. Salvador at 5 places. Hologado takes the lead. Hologado on the inside at Lagos takes the lead away from Kelso as they come dropping down into turn 5 at the hairpin as well. And Hologado tails it in a bit too late. Kelso was trying to get back on the inside line. It wasn't going to pay off there. And Alonso up into 6th position, Nepa 7th, Munoz up 5 places, Ruda down 7. And it's a very interesting start to this Moto3 Portuguese Grand Prix as they come out of turn number 8 at Samson, over the crest, down the hill towards turn 9 at Craig Jones. The quick flick left-hander for 2 rights at 10 and 11, called the Portimao corners as well. Sasaki's coming under pressure from Javier Artegas, and Ortega looking on the inside as well. Ortega now on the outside, trying to pass Javier Ortega. And Ortega together makes it quite hard on the inside, and that's Nepa coming involved as well. Now we're looking at Ruda versus Monrella. Monrella up into 8th position. Now Munoz ahead of Alonso, so they've traded once again. Kelso and Hologado have got 0.4 of a second to Amu Sasaki, who's in 3rd position on the 71 bike as they come then across the line. Lap 2 complete then here at the Algarve International Circuit. Hologado leads, Kelso 2nd. And in 3rd position, Sasaki. Artegas 4th. Munoz at the fast start, 1:47.893. As they come across the board, Kelso looking on the inside. There's a massive change around of who's going to be in 3rd position as well as they come in towards turn number 1. Munoz there with a 1:47.893. Stefano Nepa passing Javier Ortega as well, coming into turn number 1. So there's a lot of switching over happening as they ride up through Lagos into turn 4 and then down the long straightaway towards turn 5 at Torrey Vip. Heads on the brakes. It's a different hairpin to what Formula 1 used. It's the tighter inner circle. And Hologado's had a poor exit. Joel Kelso's right on the inside line trying to come through. Kelso can't get through, but that has allowed the 3, 4, 5 riders to get up as well. Munio looks on the inside of Javier Artegas at turn 8 at Samson. So the top 5 running together for the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix for Moto3 as they ride over the hill. Munio's to 4th, Artegas down to 5th. Kelso right behind Holgado and is going to be hounding him now for the rest of the race. And now everybody else has caught up as well by the time we get to Portimao. A classic Moto3 race definitely on its way here. Classic, no! And as thought they'd fallen then, but it's just the riders dipping out from under the hill and coming back through. It's a very deceptive camera angle. It looked like we had someone falling, but it's the hill. It gives you a bit of false perception on the overall radar. As Holgado, 0.2 of a second. Now we're going to see the slipstream though at the start of the next lap. Coming out of turn 15 at Galp, it's a really long drop. It's 6 stories. It's quite a large one as well. Now we're going to see the run as Holgado goes wide. Kelso takes the lead as they go side by side. Down the start finish straight, but the Red Bull KTM Tech 3 of Holgado is going to cut back into the inside line down towards turn 1. Kelso takes an easy lead into the braking zone. All hell breaking out behind them as well as Alonso is, we got down for Alonso. He went on the inside and he dropped the bike. The 80 is out. David Alonso crashing at turn 1. If the bike is still running, he can restart, but he's just dropped in the first corner, went for the inside line, and it all just got, that's it. On the inside now, that's Sasaki having to have a lunge on Holgado whilst also defending from David Munoz in the 44, and Alonso has restarted, but he has dropped all the way to the back of the field.
If you can afford to lead in the next corner, or if you need the draft. Did he get? He got a little bit of assistance there from Ortola.
Yeah, even Ortola on the inside of David Alonso. Frustration. New team boss down there is well, a familiar face to fans of the lightweight class. Former champion, of course, Nico.
Javier Artegas now having a bit of a run as well. Kelso keeping the lead of the race as they come through into the braking zone. Kelso leads, and then Holgado, Munoz, still 16 laps to go. It's that 4 of 9 as they sweep down through turn 14 at Sarges. And can we see anything happen as they come out of the hill and run up? Munoz, I think, is looking the best at the moment. He's capitalising massively on where he needs to be. He's pushing hard as well. And he's got the runs, but so is Daniel Holgado. And here comes David Munoz to the inside line. 3 wide as they come over the control line to start lap 5 of 19. Kelso leads, Holgado's on the inside line. And then we've got Munoz, Artegas, Sasaki, all side by side towards turn number 1. Who's going to take the lead of the race? I think David Munoz has taken the lead. It's Sasaki. Sasaki has taken the lead. Holgado cuts back on the inside line. Now it was Ortola who hit the side of Alonso, causing Alonso to go down, and that incident is currently under investigation by the FIM MotoGP stewards. So we'll bring you an update on that when we have it. Holgado leads, Sasaki second, Kelso's dropped down to 3rd position, maybe 4th, as round the outside comes David Munoz as well. And now Holgado trying to defend from Sasaki at the inside line, coming into turn 3. Munoz takes an easy 3rd away from Kelso. Well, this is a fantastic race so far. It really is providing us what we wanted with a Grand Prix. It's a 19-lap Moto3 race as well, so it is a Grand Prix distance. This is a World Championship event as well. Oh, Filippo Faloni has crashed out as well, so we're down more riders in this race. Now just down 25 left in the Portuguese Grand Prix. Remember, next weekend we're over in Argentina for the next round of the championship. As getting mugged on the inside there as well. Looked to be Kelso, who's dropped down a number of places on the inside. That's Ruda trying to have a go on Ortega for 9th position. So I think at least 14 riders, maybe 13 if Suzuki's dropped back a bit. But that's still 13 riders running in a pack here, all trying to get the race win. As it's quietened down on the 5th lap of this race, as now we see the 43 of Artegas having a run on Kelso. He's managed to get ahead of them. Juan Masia Messia up into 6th position, might be a bit more. Messia's up to 5th, it's past Ortegas in towards turn number 1. Stefano Nepa trying to have a little look through this, cut back on the inside line, coming into Lagos as well. Did he get the move? He's still looking on the inside line, yeah. Nepa passes Ortegas with a sweet little move on the inside line. So now the field changing. Holgado, though, at the front, 0.223 ahead. And I don't believe that for a single second. I believe that it's actually a lot closer than people think it is as they come into the braking zone for turn number 1. Munoz having a go at Holgado. Sasaki having a go at Holgado. So Sasaki trying to have a run. Daniel Holgado closing the door, and now the gap is 34 thousandths of a second. It's definitely not 2 tenths of a second. It's way too close for that. And Ortella has been given a double long lap penalty for the contact with David Alonso on the 3rd lap of this race. So Ortella, a double long lap penalty to serve. And Ferroni's in the pit lane. Yeah, irresponsible riding for Ortella. That's the information we've had from the stewards, and quite right so. As moving up the order, that's Jose Antonio Ruda is up at 9th position, passing Yakanama. We've seen that move happen on screen, and there is Filippo Farloni as well, coming into the pit lane after having the accident on the track. Bike too badly damaged, and we'll have to go again to see when it will happen. And look, he said, look, I've got scuff marks on my shoe and everything. So yeah, not a nice situation going on there. As they continue to push, the racing continues as the action is getting very ripe into turn number 1. Messia's up to 3rd position, might want to make it 2nd. He's having a look on the inside of Sasaki. Sasaki's actually dropped, and David Munoz takes 2nd position. Messia to 3rd, Sasaki down to 4th, all in before turn number 1. So they've really cost themselves there by shooting themselves in the foot. Holgado leads by 2 tenths of a second to Munoz and Messia, the 1, 2, 3. Sasaki 4th, Nepa 5th, down towards turn number 5. And Holgado defends on the inside line. Sasaki coming in as well for the party. And this now getting all close together. Artegas up into 6th position. Kelso down to 7th. And that's Diego Monrella up into 9th position. So Monrella getting ahead of Ruda as well, who makes his debut in the Moto3 category. As over the hill we go in towards Craig Jones at turn 9 once more. Lap 7 of 19. 13 laps to go of the Portuguese Grand Prix. And Munoz really is on the back of Daniel Holgado. And he's really going to push him as much as he can. He wants absolutely no part of this as Alvan Ortella passes Kelso. I don't think he's taken his long lap penalty yet, He's got 3 laps to do it in. Otherwise, he'll get another double long lap penalty. The long lap is just there at turn 13. It's at turn 14 at Sarges as well. It's just the runoff area there. So it's a very easy escape mode as well that you have to take. Could have been a lot worse as they come through. But on to the start-finish straight. Once again, and Munoz has the run on the inside line, and that is a brilliant move. But Holgado's got the pace on that KTM Tech 3 bike to try and have a run down towards turn number 1. Daniel Holgado still leads the race. David Munoz going to have to settle in behind, and up the inside comes the 43 of Javier Artegas for 4th position, passing Juan Messia. Sasaki takes 3rd position, and now Munoz looks on the inside for the race lead away from Daniel Holgado. Still very close, still a lot of action as they come out of turn 4, right up the hill once again towards Tori Vip. Holgado leads, Munoz 2nd, Sasaki in 3rd, Ortegas, Messia the top 5 as they break in towards turn 5, the left-hander hairpin. Holgado exits, still in the lead of the race, and we're looking now at the number 10 of Diego Monrella, who's moved up into 8th position. Kelso's dropped to 9th. Suzuki up to 14th, Helestacino Vietti. So Suzuki and Vietti, the former frontrunners in Moto3, having a terrible start to the season, being 14th and 15th, the last 2 of the points-paying positions in this championship. Kaito Toba passes Yakanama as well for 11th position. And Munoz still on the attack. This is typical Moto3, though. It's exactly what we wanted to see, exactly what we needed to see as well. A lot of action, a lot of close fighting as well between them as they take the braking zone. Moto2, which is coming up next as well in terms of the program's running order, it's usually... Oh, and there goes Ortella taking his long lap penalty. Moto2's usually a lot more strung out, not a lot of action as well. Oh, there's a lot of bumps on the runoff there at the long lap penalty loop down at turn 14 at Sarges, and almost Ortella losing it. He's dropped down to 13th position now, so it's the top 12 riders in the hunt for this race win as Javier Artigas looks the entire Suzuki down the start-finish straight, shuts the door. Here comes the 44 of Diego David Munoz as well. Suzuki's going to go on the inside of the pair of them. Suzuki takes the lead in towards turn 1 at Primera. Fantastic move from Suzuki. Just slipstreaming and a half, and now they're starting to trip over each other a bit too much as well into the braking zones. This is where they've got to be careful. This is where it's so easy for someone just to lock a front brake, front to dip down, and then everybody gets wiped out as well. They've got to be careful. They've got to understand what they're doing. They've got to understand exactly how they've got to go about the race and keep the distance. But my oh my, is this turning in to an absolutely electric Moto3 race as they come through. 11 laps to go, lap 9 and 19. Now Suzuki, Munoz, Holgado, Artigas and Masia, top 5 as we see the battles further back. And I think Joshua Whiteley's actually got going again as the timing screen's glitching as Holgado to 2nd, Artigas, Munoz down to 4th position. Munoz actually way down. That's why he's got swamps coming out of turn 13 as well, so... On the inside, Munoz going to try and take it back. Oh my word, nearly into the side of Javier Artigas as well. And Daniel Holgado takes 2nd position. And it is Suzuki leading the race as the timing screen keeps up to date here of what's happening. 11 laps to go of the Moto3 Portuguese Grand Prix. Not hearing much, there we go, track noise. Suzuki, Holgado, Artigas, Munoz, Monrella. Oh, and off the track there onto the green was Stefano Nepa. That'll be his first warning of the day. Holgado takes the lead. Suzuki's coming through, but Artigas on the inside as we battle with the aero down towards turn number 1. Suzuki's going to come out on top, but into 2nd position goes Javier Artigas. Daniel Holgado will go down to 3rd position as well. Kelso to 4th, Monrella 5th. At the inside, Artigas takes the lead away from Suzuki. Into Lagos we go. They rub wheels, and Suzuki has to sit up. Holgado will come through and take the pair of them. Holgado to the lead, and now here comes the 10 of Monrella. Monrella looking on the inside line and towards turn number 5 at Torrey Vip. Monrella to 2nd position. Suzuki's going to get shuffled out here. Round the outside sees that's Artigas. Artigas trying to take it back and hasn't worked out. So it's Holgado and Diego Monrella from Brazil back to 2nd position. Artigas 3rd, Suzuki 4th, Kelso 5th. A lot of close running then. I was expecting this, I really was, and it's getting a lot more entertaining as well. We had a replay, by the way, earlier on. You might have heard it with the BT Sport guys. They're providing the replay commentary this season as well. It gives me a little bit of a second to have a quick break on the running order. Looking on the inside, I'll take us back to 2nd position, passes Monrella. And my pick for the race, where I can't even think at the moment because so much could happen, and the Moto3 race, it's a typical Moto3 race. Anything can happen at the last second. You know that. It's a fantastic championship. Out of the last corner then, Holgado, Artigas, Monrella, Suzuki, Munoz, top 5. And if you are watching along with us, if you've delayed your coverage to when these highlights come out as well, it is the full race, so you can just sit back and watch as they charge back through. 0.242 between them as they come down, so Holgado going to keep the lead, and Yakanama has been given a track limits warning as well into the 1st corner, so that's going wide. Suzuki's taken 2nd position, Monrella to 3rd, Munoz, Artigas coming in as well, side-by-side action still the case. There's almost a high side for Munoz as well. He came off the bike a little bit there, had to get his arm down as well as his leg. And that was very lucky. He's still in the fight, hasn't lost much time. Now he's trail braking, trying to go for 3rd position away from Monrella into turn 5. Very close between them, and he's got it. Munoz, but fighting back hard and takes 3rd position. Holgado leads still now by half a second. That's what everyone's been doing while they're battling each other. It just doesn't work out. 9 laps to go. On board with Monrella. as they continue to fly into Craig Jones at turn 9, the inside line. A little bit of trail braking on the inside now as well. Oh, a couple of bits just taking off. And here comes on the inside now as well. The 43 of Javier Ortega's taking Masia. And Monrella trying to come back on the inside line. So a nice, smooth opener here for the Portuguese Grand Prix for Moto3. It's exactly what we wanted to see actually as well. It's no holding back racing. It's no, okay, this could be a little bit more dramatic if we tried. This is all out Moto3 racing. They are not leaving a single breath in this championship. It's only round 1. There will only be 21 races as well of the Moto2 and Moto3 championship. That's how it runs. There will not be any other sprint races. That's only MotoGP. Juan Masia on the inside for 6th position, and Javier Ortega's taking 5th. And Masia puts his hand up saying thank you very much to Javier Ortegas. And yeah, to say also follow me. We'll work together a little bit with that one. So Masia takes the 5th. And Holgado leads now by 0.231 of a second with 8 to go here, the Portuguese Grand Prix. And a bit of cloud build up over the top of the circuit there. Oh, Holgado goes wide, and this is down at turn 5. And through goes Sasaki, and through goes Munoz. Just a few mistakes there can cost you. And they're so young in this championship as well, so it's an easy mistake to make like that, and you are going to feel it harder because you're younger, you're more hungry for race wins, and then you're not getting them because of silly mistakes. So, Holgado down to 3rd, but he's going to go track on the outside, coming through Craig Jones and have the inside line to support him out. Fabulous move from Holgado to take 2nd position, and Monrella has fought his way back through. So Munoz gets shuffled down. Holgado now going to have a challenge with Sasaki as well. And Salvador's been given a track limits warning as well as the field beginning to get spread out. Lap 12 of 19, 8 to go. Fantastic little battle we're seeing here for the Moto3 Championship. Sasaki, Holgado, Munoz, Monrella, Masia, top 5. I'll take us, and they're all separated. The top 12 are in a fight. Altella is 5.5 seconds behind these riders as well. As we come down the start-finish straight once again, and they're all in a bubble as Holgado takes the lead as Munoz versus Sasaki down towards the first corner is going to be a bit of a trigger. We got 6 wide further back as well, all trying to come in trail braking. Unbelievable scenes in Moto3. It's exactly what we wanted after the championship. It's like watching the MotoGP race. Let's hope Moto2 is a little bit more interesting this season. MotoGP sprint yesterday was exactly like this, pack racing, as Toba's been given a track limits warning as well. It was pack racing, and it's exactly what we wanted to see as well. Replay BT.
The group ahead, so Yamanaka all the way through to Holgado, they've all got a fighting chance here.
Look at this, how they spread out. This always worries me as well when they dip right onto the... look at that, Xavi Artigas. If someone's holding out a pit board there, that could get really nasty, the way he pulls out of someone's slipstream, and it could have been... a horrible one, that. Great shot, isn't it? Down into turn 1. That drop, that must really... I feel like you've left your lunch at the top and then suddenly your stomach's through your throat when you get down to the bottom.
And we've got Kaito Toba with a track limits warning on the inside as well. Juan Masia making the move on the inside line for 2nd position, but Munoz says, no, you're not going through there, my friend. Toba's with the track limits warning, we know. Now they're side by side, Masia having to hold back 3rd position. We're on the outside. Daniel Holgado losing the lead of the race, down into 4th position, but makes some great manoeuvres to get back on the inside line. Oh, this is superb. Absolutely superb. Sasaki leads, Munoz 2nd, Masia 3rd. That's how it's changed while we were having the replay as well. But Munoz has got the run coming out of the last corner. Sasaki was a bit too stuck up on the bike, and Munoz is going to lead a lap here across the line. Masia is going to go with him. And here comes Holgado as well. They're not going to leave anything to chance as we arrive at the first corner. Munoz might lead. Holgado might take 2nd position here as they're coming towards turn number 1. Munoz leads. Holgado going to get the cut back at the exit into turn 2 and makes Munoz stand up. Holgado leads. Munoz 2nd. Monrella 3rd. Nepa 4th. Stefano Nepa making his way up into 4th position. Didn't think I'd see that. What a fantastic battle this Moto3 race is turning out to be pure chaos, utter chaos, exactly what we like to see happen in a Moto3. Hopefully the Moto2 race is a bit more interesting later on, otherwise talking is going to be harder enough in that race battle as they continue to go. 6 to go here, 14 and 19. Holgado, Munoz, Monrella, top 3. That's what's highlighted on the TV pictures right now as Javier Artigas and Stefano Nepper nearly making a battle up the inside. And another move done for Diego Monrella to take second position away from David Munoz as well. So it's DH, DM at the moment in the running order. Holgado, Daniel Holgado, Diego Monrella, David Munoz as well. And into the pit lane comes David Alonso on the Auto Solar Gas Aspar M3 bike as well. Round of applause. You can hear in the background, I think a round of applause too. David Alonso has been impressive all weekend long across from practice into qualifying and now the race here today as well. Bitter disappointment that he's had to retire from this race with 6 to go. Now 5 to go across the line, and then we're going to have a run in towards turn number 1. Holgado holds off. Munoz thinking about it. He's almost off the track. He might get a warning for that. He was close towards the pit wall. Loads of pit balls being held out there. I hope the riders aren't going to smack into one of them as well. It's the last thing we need. It could cause a massive accident. Holgado has been given track limits warnings. So he does it one more time, he'll get a long lap penalty. Munoz takes the lead, not for long, as Diego Monrella sweeps round the outside at Lagos and takes the lead of the race. Munoz to second, Masia to third, as the 82 Stefano Nepper having a go for 4th position and takes it away from Daniel Holgado. Ruder's back up into 6th position as well on the 99 bike. 5 to go in Portimao, and it's all chaos as up the inside. Munoz going for the lead at turn 7, takes it before they get to Samson. And Juan Masia was looking through on the inside line there. That hasn't paid off the way he thought it was going to. Fantastic opening race here for the World Championship. And on the inside again, Monrella trying to take Munoz back. This is going to be a last lap showdown to the line. It's what we always see here in Portimao. Moto3 in the 3, well, we've been here 4 times, haven't we, across 3 seasons. It always delivers great racing. As up the inside, 3, 4 wide. My word! Coming into turn 13, the field is so spread out, we don't even know who's going to take the lead. Munoz gets swapped by both of them. Ruder takes the lead from Holgado. Ruder from 6th to 1st in 2 corners. Holgado to 2nd. Munoz down to 3rd. Artigas 4th. Monrella 5th. Now we've got some slipstreaming battles. Oh, and Holgado's on the green. Holgado takes the lead, but has gone off the track. He'll get a penalty for sure. Daniel Holgado off the track. He's already got a track limits warning. It'll be a slam dunk penalty. He won't win this race. And into the lead goes, is that Munoz or Sasaki? It's turn 1. I can't quite tell from this angle. Holgado, it was Sasaki who took the lead. Now Holgado leads. And now Munoz versus Artigas for 3rd position. Munoz, so it's Monrella. Monrella up into 3rd position. Artigas down to 4th. Ortega into 13th position. He's caught this battle up. He's battling with Yakanama. Fenty has been given a long lap penalty. So, so that's a disappointment there. 19th note, Romano Fenati, been given a long lap penalty. So Romano Fenati, the legendary rider who touches brakes at over 200 miles an hour, has been given a penalty. Oh, and that is the 48 who's gone for a little bit of a stop of Ivan Ortola. So Ortola's had a crash at turn 5, and he's back on the bike. So, track limits warning for Holgado, Toba, Salvador, Yakanama, Rossi, Bertelli, I believe, up there too. But Holgado touched the green again, that's my point. So, I would love to see a replay, but he was way off the track on the green, so Holgado's going to get a long lap penalty. No way about that. The stewards have got to decide that quite quickly. Nothing's flashed up on the timing screen yet with 4 laps to go of this race. Where has Ruder come from is what everybody's saying about. Yeah, and he's now back in 5th position. 6th to 1st in 1 lap. And now he's dropped back again. Dennis on shoes, closing in on Salvador. Hologado might lead this lap with 3 to go, but the battle for second place is hotting up as Sazaki's going to come under pressure from Diego Monrella on the inside and towards turn number 1. Monrella takes second, Sazaki down to third. Then we get David Munoz in third position. Getting the Davids and Diegos muddled up. It's been such a long race. Masia and Ortega's battling. And now Munoz up, Sasaki down, Masia up, Ortega's 6th. As things stand, 3 to go here in Portimao. Into the braking zone for turn 5 once again. Hologado, and again he's got 3/10 of a second, 0.389. An advantage to Monrella and Munoz, but Dennis Onchi's got the fastest lap of the race, so 1:47.774. Fastest ever lap here was set back in 2021 by Gabriel Rodrigo, 1:47.610. So we're a fraction off that time at the moment, but Onchi with the fastest lap here of the race. And that's because probably the track conditions they're an hour later than what we had last year as well. Now that we're on British summertime. And Portugal also in the same time zone as the UK, so that's why there's a difference between them as they come through. Right, this is where it's going to start hotting up, everybody. We may as well have not shown you the opening 17 laps of this race because laps 18 and 19 are going to be all chaos. This is where everyone's going to be out there saying, I want the race win, I want the race win. You don't deserve the race win. For the first time in Moto3, there is no world champions on the grid from previous years. They've all moved up. Everything is up for grabs here for the first ever world championship of these riders. And it means a lot. It really does. 2 to go. Who will start making the claim for a world championship? Either way in Moto3, we're going to have a brand new world champion this year. That's why I said it's the start of a new generation, a new era. It's a fresh start for everybody in this category. May as well all be rookies. Everyone's got a shot to go for their first ever world championship, and that's what makes it exciting this season. A lot of action in Moto3. Hologado holding the race lead. Munoz still taking second position. And now they fly out of turn 7 into the turn 8 at Samson before the rise up the hill towards Craig Jones. A lot of closing on the action as they sweep down. I absolutely love this track. It's a chaotic circuit. Now we're going to see the battles. Hologado's held up too much. Masia's going to try and have a go on Monrella as well. So they're getting close as they come through into turn 13. On the inside, Monrella having a look on Munoz for P2. This is going to be it then. One more lap. 2.853 miles, 4.592 kilometres as well, are going to decide who wins the Portuguese Grand Prix. Hologado, don't think he's been given a penalty for going off the track there, but remember, if any part of your bike goes off track in the next lap, you will lose a position. Last lap the call of the Portuguese Moto3 Grand Prix. 0.2 of a second is what Hologado has to Munoz across as we enter turn number 1. Downhill into the braking zone. Sasaki going for third, takes it, sweeping through on the inside of the pair of them. However, comes Javier Artigas. And now Ruda coming in too. Ruda makes it 3 wide. Masia runs wide. So it's Ruda to 4th, Masia 5th, Sasaki down to 6th position. Hologado still leading. Monrella and Munoz in a battle. Munoz looking to the inside. Hologado trail breaks, and again a mistake from Munoz. And Munoz on the inside, back on Monrella. Munoz takes second. He capitalised on his mistake as well, caused by Monrella making a mistake. And at the inside, Monrella trying to take second position back away from Munoz. Hasn't worked out. Hologado leads as we come out of Samson. Over the jump and into Craig Jones at turn 9. The 2 rights at 10 at Portimao. Anyone looking on the inside? No. It'll be a run to the line for sure, though, at this point in time. Masia looking on the inside of Ruda. Ruda's got himself in this title fight as well. At the inside goes Ruda. Takes third position away and forces out Monrella. And now Munoz is in trouble. He's losing a few times. Out of turn 14 is Sargis. It's a run to the line now. Who's going to win the Moto3 Portuguese Grand Prix? They're all going to be slipstreaming down towards the line. Holgado is going to feel like he's about to be mugged. Has he got enough space? Munoz coming. It's Daniel Holgado who beautifully wins the Portuguese Moto3 Grand Prix. Ortella has crashed out. Oh! Down the straight. Massive high side. I think that was Masia. Huge accident on the straight in towards turn number 1. Yellow flags are out post-race. Unbelievable accident there. I think it's Masia. I haven't seen Masia come through, so a flash of blue. Masia has crossed over. Who hasn't? Colin Vija hasn't. But there was a huge accident on the straight there. But Daniel Holgado, oh, there we go. Oh,
96.
It's
Had a
the
third
96.
place finish before.
Who
is that Joel Kelso down
is
there?
Is it Kelso or is it
Looks like they
Masia?
all had the bits for coming together.
Yes, something happened just after the
it's
line.
Kelso.
It is Joel Kelso.
Yeah, that one's a nasty one.
Joe Kelso having a high side down the straight. The safety car is there with the medics and personnel. He's at the exit of the pit lane. And Kelso just getting with the doctor there saying, no, you sit down. That was a nasty one. You just make sure you're okay. He's up and moving around. He's just a bit in pain there for Kelso. Not a way he wanted to finish the race. He was in 9th position. So it's Joe Kelso who's had a crash and a high side coming down. I saw the accident. Here it is now. In towards turn number 1. So what happens? Kelso is middle rider in pack. Oh, he's going to hit the back. Oh, my word.
And that's what happened. Joel Kelso hits the back of him.
Holgado celebrating, slowed down right in the middle of the pack, and Joe Kelso, not realising, runs into the back of Daniel Holgado, and Holgado's going like, what was that? Joe Kelso hits the race winner after the flag of Daniel Holgado. Holgado's okay, but Kelso, not paying attention, whacks into the back of the race winner down towards turn number 1. A horrible accident. And that's very, very, very lucky for Daniel Holgado that he didn't get taken off there. And very, very lucky that Joe Kelso hopefully is okay. What a strange one. But it's Daniel Holgado who wins the Moto3 Portuguese Grand Prix. So Daniel Holgado wins from Munoz and Monrella, completing out the top 3. Ruda, Masia, Sasaki, Nepa, Artegas, Kelso and Onshu the top 10. Toba, Vija, Salvador, Suzuki and Riccardo Rossi rounds out the point scoring positions. Then we get Yakanama, Bertelli, RG, Fanati down 19th, Frizzo and Joshua Whiteley down 21st. Asman, Carrizo, Ortola, Alonso as well, then Faro, Ogden and Fallon as well. Down from Ortola onwards, they failed to finish the race. So despite having a track limits warning, Daniel Holgado takes the victory. What a season opener we've had here in Portimao. We do it again in 7 days' time when we go racing in Argentina for Terminus. It's going to be very interesting. We'll see you next week for round 2.